Hello, welcome back to the VDC space. So today we're going to be covering how to control type parameters using Dynamo. So essentially, we're going to create the precast beam family, and then we're going to control its parameters, type parameters using Dynamo. So essentially, we are used to controlling parameters of a family if they are instance parameter, but in this instance, pun intended, we're gonna control type parameters. So we're gonna create a basic Dynamo script to control the type parameters of a precast beam in Revit. So before I get started, I'd like to ask you guys to please like, subscribe, and share, because I upload beam modeling tutorials 3 times every week. I cover different topics, as you can see on my playlist, and also if you want exclusive and much more exciting projects, you can join the channel membership. So without further ado, we can start with our project. So what the first thing is, you're going to open up in your family, and then you're going to go with metric structural framing, beams and braces. Okay, so the first thing is you're just going to remove this extrusion, this line, these extra reference planes. So you're only going to be left with left, center, and right. And then you're going to go to the left elevation. So from there, we're going to place one reference plane at the top like this, and then another one at the bottom like this. So this one, you're going to offset it by, it's going to be 110 divided by 2, which is 455. You're going to do the same thing this side, 455. All right, so after this, you're going to go to create and say reference plane again. So at the top, you're going to place one like that, another one like this. So this one, you're going to offset it by 150. This one also by 150. And then you're going to place bottom and then another one on the side. So this one, you're going to offset it by 230. And then this one also by 230. And then you're going to place another one right in the middle. Actually, let's go with the horizontal one. Yeah, I'm going to place another one like that. So this one I'm going to offset by 152. And then I'm going to copy another one further by 76. So this one I'm going to select it, copy another one to the top by 152, and then another one 2. Okay, so from there, I'm going to place another vertical ones. So I'm just going to reduce these ones, place them right on this point, and then this one, I'm going to reduce them also, place them like that, place them like this. So now I'm going to place another one, which are vertical from this reference plane until this one. So this one, I'm going to offset by 75. And then also this one by 75. So the next thing is I'm just going to place some dimensions. This one is going to be 300. I'm going to place another one, make them equal. At the bottom, this one is going to be 460. Place another ones, I'm going to make them equal. Place another one for our depth, and then I'm going to place another one, 2 of them. This make them equal. Okay, the reason we are doing this is because when you adjust the parameters, your geometry moves simultaneously, equally on each side. Okay, so parameters. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to name this one top width, just to keep it simple. Make sure it's a type parameter, and then you're going to say OK, and then lock it. This one is going to be your bottom width. Okay, and then lock it. This one is going to be your depth. And then you're going to say OK, and then lock it. I'm going to go to create and say extrusion, set my reference plane to left and say OK. From this point, I'm going to place my geometry like that, go down by 152 diagonally towards this point, go down by, so I'm going to make this one, let's make this one 381. Then I'm going to go down towards this point. Let's just place this one like right there. Then towards this point, 152, 460, 152. So make sure you press tab so that they can snap to these points. All right, so the next thing is I'm just going to say finish. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach the geometry towards these reference planes so that when you apply the parameters, they may take effect on the. Okay, so let's start with our depth, which is the most tricky one sometimes. So if I make it 1000, it's going to move like that. All right, so the next thing is let's check the width. I'm going to make it 500. It's going to move like that. Perfect. And then the bottom width, let's make it 600. And it's going to move like that. Perfect. All right, so the next thing is I'm going to go to the left, the reference level or the floor plane. I'm going to drag this reference plane, lock it, drag this side towards this reference plane, and then lock it. So if I open up the 3D view, this is how it looks. So essentially we are done. We just kept it simple. So I'm gonna load it into our project. So I'm gonna place it like that. So it's behaving like a beam because we use a structural framing template. So let me just remove these. And this is our geometry. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Dynamo, and then we're going to go to new to create our script. Okay, so first we're going to right click and say select element, and then we're going to bring that node there. And then the tricky is when we're working with instance parameter, we only use select model element and then element dot set parameter by name. But to control your type parameter, there's an extra node you have to incorporate, which is element dot type, which is this one. So you're gonna connect it right there, and then you're gonna go with element dot set parameter by name. So we're gonna go with this one. So you're gonna connect your type to the element, and we're gonna double click for our code blocks. So this one, we're gonna name it parameter names, and then you're gonna copy it. To copy, control, select, and then drag down. And then this one is gonna be parameter values. All right, so I'm gonna change this to, so this is gonna be 300, obviously. Actually, let's make it 400. Semicolon, enter, and then for our bottom width, we're gonna make it 600, semicolon, and then for our depth, we're gonna make it 1000. So these are not the original ones. These are the ones that are going to change the geometry of our precast girder. So for our parameter names, we're gonna go with quotation marks, and then we're gonna type in our parameter as it is. So bottom width, and then semicolon, enter, and then stop width first. Then, so I'm just going to copy this as it is, paste it. So this one is going to be bottom width, enter, paste, and then this one is going to be depth, and then it's going to create these outputs. So what we're going to do in this instance, we're going to right click, create a list, create. So it's going to be 3 of them. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm just going to connect these outputs towards the inputs of these of our list. And then I'm going to connect the list of our parameter names towards our parameter name on this node. And then for our parameter values, I'm going to connect it towards the values. So if I just reduce the size of our Dynamo, and I'm going to select this node, go to our Revit workspace, select our geometry, and then if I run it, it's going to change like that. I hope you saw what happened. So I'm going to change this to 600. Let's change this to 800. Let's change this to 1500. So I'm going to run it again. See what happened? So yeah, this is how it looks. So I'm going to change it back to 300, our original values, and then to, what is it, 460, and then this one is going to be 910, and then I'm going to run it again. It's going to change back to its original size like this. Right, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial, and let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next one. Please, if you want more exclusive content and much more exciting projects, join the channel membership. The link is in the description. And if you want my project files, please join my Patreon. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.